All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host tonight. This is Kevin Alex Bent, live and direct. We on a next exciting program. We're on right now. This is Earth World Trade Entrepreneurs Talk Show. You know that every week we bring exciting individuals that are making a difference in the society, individuals that are impacting our nation and doing great things within the society and putting in the work. Now, this week we have a special guest with us today. This entrepreneur is one of the best that in the business right now, and she's one to tell us about her business. Her business is called Sensors and More, and we're talking about no other than the entrepreneur right now, Khadine Walters. And this young lady has been doing some fantastic work, and we're happy to have her on the program tonight. So, further ado, welcome, Khadine.
Thanks for having me, Alex.
Well, it's my pleasure to have you on the program. To my understanding that we are all entrepreneurs here. Now, with this
Yes.
program here, we are going to ask you 13 questions, and these 13 questions is not for me per se, but it's for the public to get an idea of who you are and what type of business you are part of, so they could actually take part in your business. Now, here are some of the questions that we're going to be jumping in right this minute. But I want to ask you, how are you feeling? You feeling all right?
I'm feeling good.
Oh, yeah? All right. So let's run out with the questions and let's run into the business, shall we?
Go
Now,
right
here
ahead.
goes the question. What is your name? What is your business name? Please tell the public.
Well, I am Khadine Walters. My business name is Sensors and More.
Sensors and more.
Mm-hmm.
So when did you start this business?
Sensors and More started around June 2020.
June 2020. And where are
Mm-hmm.
you from?
Actually, I am from St. Elizabeth. I was born here in St. Andrew. I grew up in St. Elizabeth.
And we're talking about in Jamaica, right? Or we're talking
Yes.
because we have audience from everywhere that is joining the program. But also the fact is that
Yes.
you're talking about Jamaica, St. Andrew, right?
Yes, I was born here in St. Andrew. I grew up in St. Elizabeth.
Right. So this business now, Sensors and More. Tell us, what made you start this business?
Actually, my first car, I had some sensor issue. Over a period of time, say around 6 or 7 months after trying to get the sensors from numerous auto parts place, I could not get the sensor. Then not only that, I kept running into persons who were also seeking sensors, but they could not get them either.
All right, hold on
So
a second. Hold on a second. Be more specific. What type of sensors are we talking about? What type of
all
sensor?
right, we're talking about TPS sensor, your oxygen sensor, your mass airflow sensor, your fuel pressure regulator, and all of those. Those are electrical. Those are small electrical parts for cars.
For cars. So all these
Yes.
sensors that we're talking about are in particularly with cars. All
Yes.
right. Thank you so much. Continue. Continue. We just want a clarification.
Yeah, so like I said, I kept meeting persons with the same need, and those needs weren't being met. So I decided that okay, this there's a need, there's a demand for this, and I am going to fill the gap. So
Right.
that is when I decided to start Sensors and More.
So you saw the need for the sensors. Most
Yes.
persons coming to you having the same issue. They cannot get the
Yeah, I kept
sensors
meeting persons
because
with
of
the same issues,
right. So you feel the need.
and I was in search for mine.
Whatever in search of yours.
Yes.
Oh, I see. So what kind of car you have?
Actually, right now I have a Suzuki Swift, but before I had a Mitsubishi.
So the problem was with a Mitsubishi, and you're trying to find the sensor for your Mitsubishi, and then you found out that in the process of all of that, other persons were having the same similar problem of finding sensors for their vehicles, and then so
Yep.
on. You decide to find and source sensors.
Yes.
Very nice, very nice.
So after
I
that, I
want
had to do a lot of research in terms of writing to the different factories, like to Toyota, to Subaru, to Mitsubishi, to Honda,
right.
Suzuki. So Yes, I had to do a lot of research, how to get on the program as to becoming a distributor and all of that. So it was a lot of research that I
And we're
had to
talking
do. And
and you're talking about all these brand there that are mostly Japanese brand I'm hearing. Toyota, Suzuki and so on. And
yeah,
these Japanese
those are not
brand,
only Japanese brand because for each version there is also the
right?
Singapore version as well.
Mhm.
However, while doing my research, I had found out that the Mitsubishi I had was the
Right.
Singapore version.
Ah, I see. So
Yes, so that's
one to
one
the
of the
European
main
vehicles
issues.
then. You don't have any sensors for those?
Hmm?
One to the European vehicles. You don't have any sensors for those? You didn't source any? You
Yes,
don't
I do.
currently
I
stock
do.
any?
Yes, I do. Benz, I do BMWs. Yes, I do. I do European vehicles.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. So the next thing is, what are some of the experiences that you found out while sourcing these? What some of the challenges you face? Share with us.
Okay, some of the challenges I face is that most of the customers they don't know if they have a Japanese vehicle or they have a Singapore vehicle.
Are
So
you
yes,
serious?
yes, I am very serious. A lot of the customers don't know which version of the car they have. So for instance, a person has a Honda Civic, because a lot of the Honda
Right.
Civic, a lot of them here are Singapore version. So when a
Right.
customer contacts me and asks for a part, but when I ask, do you have which version do you have, the Japanese version or the Singapore version? Because the parts don't work vice versa.
Right.
They they're unable to tell.
Right.
So that is where now I will request the vehicle chassis number. This will identify if the part if the vehicle is a Japanese made vehicle or a Singapore made.
All right. So I want to ask you this particular question in question right now. Knowing what you know now choosing the product of Japanese parts, European parts, in sensors, the parts in sensors. Now
Mm-hmm.
the education program. I'm sure that you went to formal schooling somewhere down the line there. Did you or did you not? Did you went to formal schooling?
Yes,
Yes.
I did 4 years at UTech. I studied a Bachelor of Science in Occupational Health and Safety.
Right. So you went to University of the Technology. Before that,
Yes.
what high school did you went to?
I went to Black River High School where I did my CSEC, and then I moved on to St. Elizabeth Technical High where I did my KIP.
Ah, I see. So when you left UTech, what job did you venture into then? Can you remember the first place you worked after you left university?
Yes, I worked at Carib Cement.
Carib Cement. You want to
Yes.
disclose what you did with Carib Cement? Did you find any sensors there or anything like that for any sort? Just
Yes,
checking.
because while I was at Carib Cement, I was still having my sensor issue with my car.
Right.
So,
So what you
I
did
was
at
checking
Carib Cement?
around. I was checking around with the workers, and what I found among them was that they themselves were seeking sensors as well. So
Right.
we were all on the same search.
Oh, I see. And
Yes,
then what year was that when you went to Carib Cement? Can you remember?
yes, man. It was 2019.
2019.
Yes,
So that
January
means,
2019.
and you started this business in 2020. That tells
Yes.
me that for the whole year you've been pondering their carrying cement.
I've
You know
been doing
what?
a lot of research. I remember, this takes time. I have to do a lot of research how to get onto the factories that manufacture the sensors because I stock genuine sensors.
So tell me, how
So
did you do the research? How did you do it? Did you walk up to people and ask them questions? Did you Google it? Did you ask a friend? How did you do your research?
no, what I did was I went online. I interviewed some persons who work at some auto parts place, so I got some background information from them. And
Right?
then I took the time out to send some emails to the factories on how I could become a distributor for the
Right.
sensors that they produce and so forth. So um it took me some time for them to respond and then for me to get the necessary paperwork done to become a distributor.
Right. So it was a process, a very
Yes,
much process. But you
it was a
started
whole
with
process.
persons in the industry that have a background into auto parts and accessories and so on, and then
Yeah,
you ventured from there. Thank
yes.
you so much for that. Now I want to ask you one more question. Could you see
Yeah.
yourself doing anything else currently?
Yes, I see myself doing something else because actually I being an entrepreneur, I have
Mm-hmm.
found that this is where my passion lies. Or this is where my this is this is this is what I should be doing. This is something that I am good at.
Yeah, but the
This is
question
something
is,
that I
can you see
actually love.
yourself doing anything else than the sensors right now?
Yes, I see myself doing farming.
Farming,
I'm currently a farmer as well. I have a farm, Grainland
right?
Farm. I'm the
Right?
owner of Grainland Farm
Right?
because I have done some extensive research in food safety. I
Right?
studied hazard analysis and critical control points and good manufacturing practices at Canadian College for Food and Health. So,
Right?
and I will be doing my master's next year in food safety, quality assurance, and toxicology. This is
Right?
all so that I can make the necessary impact in the food industry here and
Right?
also my farm.
Right. So hold on a second. No, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host tonight. I'm Kevin Alex Bent, and we have a guest with us tonight. This guest right here tonight is doing tremendous work in the society. I've been watching this young lady for a while and her progress and what she's been doing. Now we're talking to Khadine Walters. I want to tell you that very smart individual, went through the farmer schooling, went through university at the University of Technology, did that, venture out and work in a 9 to 5 job. In all of that, she was still doing her farming business from core. She's from St. Elizabeth, and she was there looking at the problems that are there in the society, and then she ventured out into this business called Sensors and More in 2020, and she went ahead, did the contracts, did the necessary documentation, sending necessary emails to the persons that are owners of such patterns and so on, and get herself into this line of business. So I'm telling you, this individual is doing tremendous work, and we have her on the program right now. Let's run out with a few more questions. I want to tell you that I'm very much proud of you.
Thank you
And
very
what
much.
you've accomplished so far. Let me ask you this question. If you could
Yeah.
do it all over again, would you do anything differently?
No,
No.
I wouldn't do anything different.
All right. So I want to ask you this other question, and there's about two more questions.
Mhm.
What would you want your kids, future kids, and generation to remember you for?
What I would like them to remember me for is
Right.
the challenges.
The
I'm the
challenges.
type of person who I I strive on challenges. I don't shy away from challenges. And
Right.
if there's a problem, I won't stop until I get it solved.
Wow. So that's what you want him to remember for challenges, and you're the person that overcomes the
Problem
challenge,
solver.
and you're the problem solver.
Yeah.
Hmm. Do you have any current have any regrets?
No, I don't have any regrets. If I did, I wouldn't be here.
You have no regrets.
No, no regrets.
All right.
All those challenges is what led me here to these businesses. No
Okay.
regrets.
Okay. All right. So let's answer this final question, and this is the two more questions actually. But here comes this one. Do you love what you do currently? You love
In
what you
terms
do
of
currently?
in terms of my profession, other than being an entrepreneur.
No, I want to see how you answer the question. And do you love what you
No,
do?
but I'm trying to figure out what you're asking.
I'm asking this question. You were saying that you're part of Senses and More, and that
Yes.
was what you mentioned. And I'm asking this direct question. Do you love what you do currently at Senses and
Of course. Of course. I enjoy helping these customers solve their problems.
Right. Now I have to answer these questions, and they may seem intimidating and stuff, but in
No,
this time,
it's not intimidating. It's actually a pleasure for me because I
right,
knew the frustration that some of these car owners were
right,
facing. So I knew
right.
I know the frustration because sometimes when some of them come to me, I'm like,
Mhm.
you're at the right place. Don't worry. I've been here.
Right.
I can
So
get you
you,
through this.
right. So you have for counseling and you also have for support, which is very much
Yes, I
commendable.
have a counseling support and I spend a lot of time in educating the customers.
Very important, very important. I want to ask the
That-
final
because
question.
that is important. Because
Very
what I found is that a lot of motorists they lack certain knowledge in terms of the keep and care for their car. They know how to wash the cars and stuff like that. But when it comes to maintenance, then that is where we have a problem. And if you don't have a proper maintenance routine, then these can cause, especially your sensors, to actually go bad. And then some other times the sensors are actually not bad.
right. So
Yes.
in case maybe you make all the recommendations for your clients as well.
Yes.
Okay. So I want to ask you the final question. And here comes the final question in this segment. The final question is what it is to you, what it means to be an entrepreneur.
Uh, to be an entrepreneur, it means a lot to me, and it means a lot to me. It means a lot to me and my country in terms of my ability to create jobs, my ability to solve some of the problems that the citizens face.
Right.
So yeah, it means a tremendous amount to me.
Right. So thank you so much for that. So I'm your host tonight. I am Kevin Alex Bent. Now we're talking to our guest here tonight, and we're talking to Khadine Walters. She is the CEO and owner of Sensors and More, where you can get all your sensors for your vehicles and so on. This individual also went through formal schooling and educated herself there at the University of Technology and doing her farming, natural growing farming. Now, how many women we know right now doing farming? Hmm? Think about it. So she's feeding the nation, she's providing a service for the nation, and also she's educating the nation. So no wonder a man like myself, Kevin Alex Bent here, having this fantastic human on my program, and a strong-minded woman, and a positive and progressive individual on my program right now to highlight and to showcase this individual that is doing tremendous work in the society and to nation building. Now, this next section of the program, we're going to give her about 15 to 20 minutes, and she can take less if she want. But I would like her to talk to you, the public, and this part is where she tells you about her business right across the board. Whatever she want to tell you within this segment, she can. She can share her story and so on. So take it away. You have about 15 to 20 minutes, and you can tell the public about yourself and your business or whatever else that you want to let them to know about you. So go ahead.
Okay. As he had mentioned, I am Khadine Walters, the CEO, the and founder of Sensors and More and Grainland Farm, Jamaica. I will touch a bit on both businesses.
Right,
For Sensors and More, we specialize in electrical sensors for motor vehicles. So we do like your oxygen sensors, your fuel well sensors, your ABS sensors, your mass airflow sensors,
mm,
um, your TPS sensors, and so forth. But however, we are not limited to sensor only. We source other parts for customers, which they probably have issues sourcing in terms of we do engines, transmissions, we do lights, whatever it is, you name it. We have started also the auto imports division where we import cars from whether you want it from Japan, Singapore, or Europe. And we
right,
have just added the UK for importing cars.
right,
So for 10,000 more, that is where it is for now. We are currently an online store. We're online based. And
right,
I think that is how it will be for moving forward for the future. We'll strictly be online based. We are redesigning the website because we are introducing some new features to the website. So the website is currently down. We are redesigning the website, so it should be back up by the end of January to about the first week in February. We well on the website we accept all major debit cards and credit cards as well. Um, we deliver parts for customers who are within the areas that are the parishes of Kingston and St. Andrew. Outside of that, we ship the parts to the customers via Knoxwood Express mostly.
Right.
For Grainland Farm now, we we are doing bulk farming, so we will be the bulk barn for all everything produce. So you name it, your carrots. Even if you're buying a pound of carrots or 10 pound, it is still the bulk price. And our headquarters for the farm is based in Mandeville, and we have lands all over. We have lands in St. Thomas where we do a lot of hot peppers. We are in St. Anne where we do cabbage, we do tobacco, we do carrots, watermelons.
Right.
In Newcastle we have strawberries, we have red cabbage, we have broccoli, we have cauliflower. In St. Elizabeth we have a lot of corn. It is
Right.
sweet corn, and the regular or regular local corn and
Right.
stuff like that. Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. As it relates to the Knoxwood Express or the Knoxwood service, is that service that the customer would have to incur, or you would facilitate that into the transaction as to be a
Yes,
package
it is
itself?
it is incorporated in the price for the goods if based on where the person identify which area they're from, then we will
Right.
know if you're in Kingston or St. Catherine, then we will deliver to you for free. Outside of that, then the customer is charged 650 for the service.
Right. So let us get very clear. Once you're in Kingston and St. Catherine,
Yes,
the
we deliver to
delivery
you for
cost
free.
is free.
Yes,
And if you're outside of the boundaries of Kingston and St. Catherine, then the
yes,
fact is that you incur a cost. Now,
yes,
you mentioned also that is 650. What we're talking about, Jamaican dollars,
yes,
right?
$Jamaican, yeah.
So this now would be, so if somebody living, for example, if somebody wants this particular sensor and that person lives in Ochi, Rios, and the fact that they want to get somebody produced from, because I want to clarify that, because the 650 is what, island wide?
Yes, man, it's standard.
So island wide. So you're saying that you once I buy a sensor from you, you charging me $650 to take it to me wherever I am in the island.
Not necessarily. If you're going to pick up by Knoxwood Express, it will be sent to the nearest Knoxwood location to you.
Right. So
Yes.
let me ask you a question. How many Knoxville Express locations are there?
I am not sure exactly how many locations are there. It depends on, like I said, where the persons are located. If you're from St. Anne side, then we send to Montego Bay, and if you're from Mandeville or St. Elizabeth side, then we send to the nearest location. Would it be Lowana or somewhere in Mandeville?
Right.
Thereabout.
Right.
Yeah, for St. Thomas persons, for customers from St. Thomas, I
Mm-hmm.
have a person who I use specifically to deliver parts to persons in St. Thomas.
Right. So you also have a courier service, private courier service, separate and
Yes,
apart. Oh,
yes. So
fantastic.
that's for
Fantastic.
St. Thomas. That's for St. Thomas and Portland.
That's for St. Thomas and particularly Portland. And if you're in
Yes,
Kingston and St. Catherine, it's free.
yes.
Brilliant. Brilliant. I want to thank you so much for that insight right there. Anything else you want to share?
I think that's pretty much it at
All
the top
right.
of my head.
All right, so thank you so much for that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have on our guest program tonight, we have Khadine Walters. Now, this individual is doing tremendous amount of work. Tremendous amount of work. I can't even tell you. The fact that she is in so many ventures of stuff, and in case maybe she managed to have a day-to-day life. Now, the fact is, I was very much impressed to know that one individual, a female like that, find the time to be doing all these things, running a farm and actually running a auto parts business. And you know, ladies and gentlemen, you know that both of these industries right here are mostly men dominating these areas. And you see
Yes,
a female take up farming and producing all these things island-wide, and also creating service and providing a product for the machine, which is the cars, right? You know, a man love them cars, and she finding all the problems, solving that problem. No, a woman like this is worthy, and it is need to be acknowledged that she is doing fantastic work, and I'm proud of you. Now, this part of the next segment of the show is where I tell you guys about why did I start Earthworld Trade Limited, why did I start Earthworld Trade Academy, and also touch base on why did I started the talk show program. So I'm just going to quickly just tell you why did I start Earthworld Trade Limited, and as a venture capital company, why did I start it? I started the company in the fact that I wanted to be in the business of owning a part of every company, and also I didn't want to be a part of my traditional lineage of people that are my relatives, of being a person who save money. Because poor people save money, rich people invest money. So I learned at a very tender age. So what I did was to actually go ahead and start a company where I could take my hard-earned money, buy my 9-to-5 job, and put it into different markets and invest in different individuals' ideas and expand my brand and also take part of that. And that is the reason why solely I started Earthworld Trade Limited. Also, I wanted to teach people things that I have learned along the way of life. So when I went into insurance, and I went to the College of Insurance and I got my certification there and went and started to sell life insurance policies and health insurance policies, I realized that there is a lot more knowledge of need to be imparted to the nation, and also how the society and the people within the society and the governance within the society are really designing policies and so on that actually stop, are not allowing persons to actually access information readily and at a price. Because everything that I've learned, it cost me significantly. And most of the things that I've learned through different institutions, it is not taught in formal schooling nor university. So I wanted to create a space where persons of thinkers, independent persons, and private citizens could actually go there and actually learn things that are not being taught in formal schooling. So for example, when I went to the stock exchange and I look and see how these guys are operating, and I did my securities course and all that good work, I wanted to share my knowledge, because the fact is I couldn't bring my knowledge to the grave with me. So if I learn something, it don't matter that I just keep it to myself, because when I pass on, it's going to go with me. So I wanted to create an entity where I could share knowledge. And that is the reason why I created Earthworld Trade Academy, so I could teach people what I already learned already. Now, the talk show, Entrepreneurs Talk Show, was that we have amazing individuals like Khadine right here and thousands more of persons there within different society across the world. I have friends in far as Japan, Taiwan, China, and Europe, and North America, and here within the CARICOM member states, that knows me directly and said, Alex, look man, we love how you chat, you can talk, you can reason. Why don't you create a space where we can actually just reason as men and women? So I wanted a space where persons could highlight themselves. So I created a platform, Entrepreneurs Talk Show, where persons can come and share their business ideas and tell the nation and the different worlds out there about their business. And if you see somebody comes on my program and you love what they're doing and you want to do business with them, you know that you have seen them on Entrepreneurs Talk Show. This individual here, Khadine Walters, is one of Jamaica's best individuals yet thus far. That is, don't, as them say, them know where about them hand getting dirty.
Okay, I must
right.
I must also tell you we have a wholesale club as well. Even though we are online based, we have a wholesale club as well where persons from the different parishes
Right.
they will order in bulk, like for wholesale. So they'll order
Right.
from us for resale. Maybe they are remote parts of the island.
Right.
So yes, so and they know the need for those parts as well. So they'll order in bulk for us. So we do bulk orders for persons.
Right. And that is bulk produced growing provisions, right?
Sensors.
And so for the food, you do that as bulk as well?
Of course. Remember, you know, we are the bulk. We are the bulk producers of
Right.
everything produced.
Right. So
Yes.
I want to say to you that I'm very much impressed, and this is the reason why I created a talk show space where persons can just talk independently. These videos that we're doing on Earth World Trade is uncensored, it's unedited, is a straight to the facts, and you can hear from the owners them live and direct. And this is what we're talking about when we're talking about a talk show where persons can just say what they want to say and do their business, and you can interact with these individuals. I want to say something to you, Miss Walters, though. Could you provide on the show here, tell them your email address and also your contact number, and if they want to get in contact with you as well?
Okay,
Go
my
ahead.
email address, the email address for Sensors and More is sensorsandmore.a76@gmail.com. And the contact number for WhatsApp is 995-7806. And the number for calling is 817-1014. And for the farm, it's grainlandjamaica@gmail.com.
Right, and it's the same phone numbers, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host tonight. This is Kevin Alex Bent. We on an exciting program. Every week, we highlight individuals in Jamaica that are making a difference. Individuals and entrepreneurs that are actually putting the work. And we are here tonight with Senses and More, Khadine Walters. And this individual is doing remarkable things. Remember, you saw her first, an entrepreneurs talk show with Kevin Alex Bent. So until next week, and next time at 8 o'clock, we will be highlighting the next entrepreneur that is doing fantastic work in the society. Until then, I'm your host, Kevin Alex Bent. Guest speaker tonight, Khadine Walters. My apologies. Khadine Walters on the program tonight. I want to say thank you so much for joining us tonight, Khadine.
Thank you for
And
having me.
you're welcome. And until next time, I'm Kevin Alex Ben. Bye bye.
All right.
All right.